So business cards are really a thing of the past, and I want to talk a little bit about why I believe that. So back when we first started out, I got my first business cards, and I was super stoked to have business cards because it felt like almost like a rite of passage to get myself some business cards with my name on them that said owner and our logo with my number. It was like, I was super stoked about it. But what I've come to realize is that most of the time when you give someone a business card, they usually just throw it away. I mean, when's the last time someone gave you a business card? What did you do with it? Now, obviously, there's some people out there, like I know some people that they have a whole binder full of business cards, right? And every time they need to call someone, they open up their binder of business cards and they look through it. But that's kind of like old-fashioned. Like most people these days store everything on their cell phone. Like if someone needed to call a particular area, like we don't really memorize phone numbers anymore, right? Because everything is accessible online. So if someone needed to call Domino's Pizza, right, they would Google Domino's Pizza and find the local Domino's, and they would give them a call and they would order their pizza. They would never have to remember that number. They would never have to look up the business card. Everything is on Google. So for the past probably 4 years, we haven't had business cards. We got rid of them. So really what we have now are brochures. And I believe brochures are the way of the future because at the end of the day, I don't necessarily need a card that just has my name and my phone number just to like fill my head and make myself feel like a big macho man. I don't need to feel great because people don't need that. It's worthless. It doesn't make you any money. What I really like is a brochure. And brochures, I really have been liking this. So we actually reached out. You can get these made on Vistaprint, but I got them made by a local print shop. And one of the reasons why I went with a local print shop is because I wanted to physically see it before it got printed into mass amounts. Sometimes with Vistaprint, you can get things made up and you're not really sure what it's going to look like until you get it, and then you're like, that spacing's a little off, or you're just not extremely happy with it. So I reached out to a local company and had them make these guys for us, and they've been absolutely fantastic. So let me walk you through this, and I'll tell you kind of the reasoning why behind some of this. So on the very beginning, as you guys know, I've talked a whole lot about my logo. My logo it's honestly Handyman, but the biggest thing on here is Handyman. I don't care if people know my name. I don't care if people know honestly. I just want them to see Handyman. When this is sitting like somewhere, on a shelf or whatever, I want them to see Handyman and be like, oh, I need a handyman, so I'm gonna pick this up. Same thing on yard signs. That's the same reason. When they're driving 60 miles down the road, like 60 miles an hour down the road, I want them to see Handyman and be like, oh, I need to turn around and go, I need a handyman. Let's find him, right? I don't care about honestly. Honestly is my name. This is my brand. So now, once they see Handyman, once they hire us, they're now going to know our logo. They're going to know our branding, and this is very important because it's a subliminal thing at that point. Now we throw this logo everywhere they are. We throw it on YouTube, we throw it on Facebook, we throw it on Google, we throw it on Nextdoor, we throw it on Yelp. Everywhere they see this logo, they are going to know that we are the top handyman in the area. And then below that, we have our slogan, which is Your Neighborhood Handyman since 2016. And the funny story behind this, Your Neighborhood Handyman, is it actually came from someone who watched me on YouTube when I first started out. I started this YouTube channel back in 2017, and probably like within the first year, some guy commented and said, hey man, you look like Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man. And so he says, you're a friendly neighborhood handyman. That's what he like coined me. So that's kind of where this came from. Your neighborhood handyman since 2016. So kind of a little funny, but also very personal. Because when someone sees your neighborhood handyman, wow, this guy works for my neighborhood. I better call him. He's my neighborhood handyman. Can you believe I just moved here, but my neighborhood has a handyman? I better call him, right? So that's the whole thought behind this. And then it has dedicated to service, integrity, and compassion at the bottom. Open up the front page and you get a nice, beautiful picture of me and my family. I think personalness is very important. So we have a picture of me, my daughter Harper, my wife Laura, and my son Henry. So super stoked about that. And then we have a little bit of information down here about our business. How we started in 2016, a little bit about why we started it. And then also down here we have a little paragraph about where we donate our money to. So we give 10% of all of our income to help free kids from the sex slave industry and also rebuild homes damaged by the wildfire here in California. And then at the bottom it says, ask about our inspection during your next visit. And this is really where the magic is. I want to interrupt this video real quick and let you guys know that I have created an Amazon store so that you guys can see all of the tools that I recommend, as well as business books that I highly recommend. The tools is quite interesting. As I was building that store, I realized there's a lot of crazy tools that I've really come across in our 7 years in business. So check that out. I will put a link in the description below where you can check out that Amazon store, see everything that we recommend. And also, I want to let you know, so you don't forget, you can schedule a free consultation call with me at handymanjourney.com/coaching. I look forward to talking with you soon. Let's get back to today's video. We have a multi-point home maintenance inspection checklist. This is something that our employees go through with the client at every single job and basically walk through that. They can write okay or need service, and then they can actually give this to the client, and they have a multi-point inspection that's been done on their house. We do this for free. And that is really cool because it gives us and the client kind of a checklist to go down and see what they need. We're just going to check their house out. I've shared the story that probably sticks out the most to me about this multi-point inspection, and I'll go more in depth into this hopefully on tomorrow's video or the next few days. I'll go in depth into this multi-point inspection if you guys want it. So if you would like a video dedicated to the multi-point inspection, me going through it, walking through that, then go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below right now just saying that you'd like that video. But we really find that helpful. We find it handy. One thing that sticks out the most to me is one time we went to a client's house. We were replacing a fence post for him, and we told him about the multi-point. We're like, okay, now it's time where we go and we perform our multi-point inspection. So he was walking us through the house. We went to the kitchen faucet. I went, turned it on, and I'm like, have you noticed any problems with this thing? He says, no, it works great. It's the original faucet from, when the house was built. And so I turn it on, everything's working great, it moves, everything like that. We go under the faucet, under the sink with the faucet on, and the faucet is slowly dripping, like ever so slowly, like such a slow drip. Like so slow that there wasn't a whole big puddle underneath the kitchen sink. But we told the guy, we said, hey, this faucet is leaking. Very slowly, but it's leaking. He's like, no way, like, are you serious? Like, I thought this thing was great. Like, I would have never known that was leaking until years go by and there's mold under my cabinet, and he'd have a much bigger problem on his hands. So that's one, and he hired us to replace the kitchen faucet. So that's one huge story that sticks out to me. A business card could not do this. A business card could not have all of this information, right? This is a whole pamphlet. So when I hand this to people, they instantly open it up and start reading it. Like, whereas a business card, they might put it in their pocket or whatever, and it's out of sight, out of mind. But this thing is a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of information, and it really opens up the door for more of a conversation. People have read this, like, oh, tell me more about this, 10% of all your income goes. Like, tell me more about that. Or tell me about your family. Like, your kids are cute, right? I have kids the same age, or I have grandkids the same age, or whatever it is. It's a conversation starter, and that's really what it's all about. So on the back here, we have pictures of all of our employees, their names, and their roles in our business. Currently, we have a few more employees here that we hired after we made these brochures. That's probably the one downfall to these brochures is, like, this guy doesn't work for us anymore. We have other employees that we've hired after we built this. Is like, you can't just like paste them on there, right? So that's the one thing that you're kind of stuck with. But by and large, the majority of these employees have stuck with us for a long time, so we feel really comfortable with putting them on our brochure. And it's really cool because another thing, like, that's a follow-up thing, after our technicians get done with the work at someone's house, is they circle their name and they say, hey, my name is Micah. Like, feel free to leave me a review, or whatnot, right? Because we know that all of our technicians know that we use Nice Job for all of our review asking, so they know that they're automatically going to get a email asking for a review after the job's done. So Micah could say, hey, my name's Micah. You're going to get an email asking for a review right after this. If you could mention me in the review, that would be fantastic. And all of our employees are commission bonused on their reviews as well. So every time they get a review, they get a gift card to whatever they choose. Starbucks, McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever it is. And that's kind of another cool little incentive way. And then at the very bottom of the back page is where our business card is. This is all the information of our business card. This is our logo. It gives our website. It gives our main office email address and our main office phone number. And at the end of the day, that's what, we need people to know, but at the end of the day, even if that wasn't on there, that's why it's on the back so small. All they need to do is this. Google this, Honestly Handyman, and it will give you all of this information. So at the end of the day, we're not super concerned about them knowing our phone number because they're having a whole brochure that is dedicated to our branding so that they know who we are, what we do, and why we do it. That's what's really important, and that's particularly why I love brochures and why we moved away from business cards a long time ago, and now we only give away these brochures. So if I'm going door to door, like I went to Property Manager the other day, I'm giving 3 of these brochures to that property manager, 3 of them out, just so they can keep one and give 2 away or whatever they want to do. And it's really been fantastic. We've had a lot of good results using these bulletins, or these brochures. So again, if you would like to see a video on the multi-point inspection, go ahead and drop me a comment in the comment section below. And this has been day 66 of our 100-day video challenge, and I am super stoked. This challenge is going really well. I'm learning a whole lot about YouTube. I'm learning a whole lot about how to make more engaging content, and also how to deliver valuable content. I think I've learned the most that it's not so much about creating content that just blows up, but creating valuable content that actually help the people that are watching these videos. So I really appreciate you guys that have been watching these videos this whole time. I appreciate the new people that have joined the channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel, and we will catch you guys tomorrow for day 67 of this 100-day video challenge. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you on the next one.